At 10 with Shauna Lake, Mark Cobell, and Bill Gephardt.
Well, in this job, we've seen a lot of parents who have kids that suffer from autism, and that can be very difficult. But imagine trying to raise 6 kids all under one roof who suffer from autism.
That is what one couple from Murray is doing. Dan Rascone spent an afternoon with his family. He joins us, and that must have been quite an experience, Dan.
You know, it really was an amazing experience, a real eye-opener to what it would be like to raise these kind of children. But anyone who has kids knows just how hectic it can get in the home sometimes. Add on top of that kids who are not communicating or developing their social skills like others their age, and you get a feel of just how challenging it could be. But it's a challenge this couple from Murray is willing to face.
Life on our home is chaotic, to say the least.
A family of 6 kids.
Bobby,
Just do it up.
Emma,
E4.
Sarah, Ammon, and Mary.
All diagnosed with the same disorder, autism.
It's like having children on steroids.
Robin and John Curtin are the kids' parents.
They're constantly moving and all over the house, getting into things.
Come here, baby. We have mild times, but then we have times where it's just, you feel like you're going to lose your mind.
John and Robin have been married for 12 years, both previously married, and 14-year-old Bobby is from Robin's first marriage. The rest of the kids they had together. When each child started to get older, that's when they noticed something strange. The children were not communicating and acting like other kids. After a variety of tests, John and Robin were told all their children have some form of autism.
It did kind of hurt at first, but because, you know, we were kind of in denial.
I guess I am amazed that I do have 6 autistic children.
In order to keep the chaos somewhat under control, the Curtins have modified their home.
We call this the gate.
They have a gate that divides a kitchen from the family room.
One thing we have to do is we have to lock all the doors in the house. You want a snack?
The younger kids are strapped down when eating, and there are no sheets or curtains in the rooms because the kids pull them down, move the bedding, peel the walls, and color on them.
We've adjusted our home, and maybe we'll see some ways that we've done that to be able to keep the children from either hurting themselves or destroying the house more than it is.
But it wasn't long ago
The daily stress was building.
when all this became too much for the Curtins and Robin had a breakdown. The state came in and took the kids away. That's when Robin says she realized just how much she loved and needed these kids.
First of all, this house was silent, and that was awful. It was just a sad feeling.
2 weeks later, the Curtins had their kids back after psychological evaluations, counseling, and a support group was set up. The family is now intact. And Robin and John are committed to making it work.
We believe everything happens for a reason, and children were given to us like this for a reason, and so we're making the best of it.
Now, the Curtins hope by telling their story they can inspire others basically in 3 ways. First of all, people will become more aware of autism. Second, there will be more of an acceptance and tolerance for kids who are autistic. And third, they hope to reach out to other parents in their situation. They've done this by creating their own website. You can link to that website by going to ours at KUTV.com and click on 2 news links. But, you know, the challenge there is just amazing for these parents because while they're taking care of one kid, you know, the other ones are just off kind of destroying over here or something like that. But it is pretty amazing what they're up to.
Do they have any assistance that comes in from the outside to help them out?
They do have a support group and some other things, that, and sometimes they do say they take time off, you know, where they just take breaks and those kind of things. They say that's really helped them also.
Dan, you were there for a couple of hours. How did you feel after you came out of the house?
When I came out of there, I have kids of my own, you know, and I know what it's like. But boy, it was when my photographer and I came out of there, we were like both, man, that is something else to be able to raise those kids.
Hats off to them.
Yeah.
Intense environment, and they're doing a
Yeah.
good job. All right, Dan, thanks. Great story.